Hello guys, I'm Mark Jacob M. Brenna, and I'm from St. Ignatius of Loyola. And this is my advocacy speech for today. My topic is drugs. Have you taken drugs before? Or have you used drugs before? If you have done these things, why have you done it? Because if you ask me, I have taken drugs before. I used drugs before. And do you want to know why? Why I consume drugs? It's because that when I take drugs, my body feels well. Because I'm sick when I take drugs. Yes, medicines are also called drugs, but it's a legal drug because there are two types of drugs, the legal drugs and the illegal drugs. Do you know why there is a legal and illegal drugs? It's because not all people are good. Some people are stressed or depressed, and they need to feel better, so they are using or taking drugs to feel better, so that they can overcome their problems. Let us first go to the legal drugs. The legal drugs are drugs that we call medicine. These drugs are what we take when we are sick. And here are some examples of legal drugs, or what we call medicine, like paracetamol, diatabs, Alaxan, Nusep, mefenamic, and many other types of legal drugs that we take every time we get sick or we're not feeling well. And now, let us see and go let us go and see what are the illegal drugs. These drugs became illegal because people overuse of it. It's it's like a man that have a good and healthy body, but he is taking drugs even if its body don't need it. That's why you call it illegal drugs because all drugs have been overusing it or have been abusing man's health. It becomes illegal drugs. And there are certain drugs that if you take or use it, you're going to be crazy because if you overuse drugs, you'll be addictive to it. That you will go to the point that if you don't take drugs for a week or a month, you will get crazy and crave for more and more drugs. That's why it became illegal because it's super addictive, and many people are drug addict because of some drugs that they are using. And now, excuse me. And now, here are some examples of some illegal drugs that drug addicts use, like cocaine, shabu, marijuana, aces, ecstasy, kush, and many other types of illegal drugs that drug addicts takes when they are feeling lonely or when they are depressed or when they are stressed or have so many problems. I know that there are all some benefits of illegal drugs like cocaine can boost in self-confidence and vigilance, and also shabu can increase wake, wakefulness and physical activities, and also suppresses appetite. And over the years, research, research, researches have yielded results to suggest that marijuana may be of benefit in treatment of some conditions. Like the report looked closely at what the use of medical marijuana to treat chronic pain. Chronic pain is a leading cause of disability, affecting more than 25 million adults in the US. But I'm not telling you to use or to take drugs. I'm saying these things because all because also going to tell you the bad effects and the bad sides and the bad sides of these illegal drugs so that you will avoid of using illegal drugs. Now, these are the bad effects that researchers research. Side effects happen when a treatment causes a problem because it does more than treat the target issue. That impact can range from minor to severe and life-threatening. Excuse me. This is some of common side effects of using or taking drugs, from the homely aspirin to the most sophisticated prescription medicine on the market. All drugs come with side effects. Many are minor, some are just inconvenience, few are serious, and some are just plain strange. Perhaps the most common set of side effects for drugs that work inside your body involves the ga- the gas, gastron the gastrointestinal system. Did you know that 7 million people suffer from illicit drugs use disorder? NAD. 1 in 4 death can be attributed to alcohol, tobacco, and illicit or prescription drug use. Drugs are chemicals that affect the body and brain. Different drugs can have different effects. Some drugs include health consequences that are long-lasting and permanent. They can even continue after a person has stopped taking the substance. And did you know that there are few ways person can take drugs like injection? It's like that you inject the drug substance to your body so that the drug substance can go directly through your body. And you can also inhale the drug substance that if you goes through your nose it will go directly to your brain. So it is most effective but dangerous way to consume drugs. The effects of the drugs on the body can depend on how the drugs is delivered. For example, of drugs, the injection of drugs directly into the bloodstream has an immediate impact while injection has a delayed effect. But all misuse drugs affect the brain. They cause large amounts of dopamine, a neurotransmitter that helps regulate our emotions, motivate and feeling of pleasure to flood the brain and produce a high. Eventually drugs can change how how the brain works and interfere with a person's ability to make choices, leading to intense craving and compulsive drug use over time. This behavior can turn into substance dependency or drug addiction. Here in Philippines, we Filipino people have a way to prevent drug addict to stop what they are doing illegal. We Filipino people called it tokhang. What does tokhang means? Tokhang means to knock on a suspected drug trafficker or drug addict's home to persuade them to surrender and stop their illegal activities. I will give you some tips on how to avoid using of drugs because did you know that prevention is better is the key because prevention is the best way to keep people from becoming addicted to illegal drugs. When it comes to drugs and alcohol consumption, holding the nation that I will do it only once may prove that to be quite dangerous. And for those that do it the first time, it is equally as dangerous to say that I can stop at any time because many people can stop at any time, but those unlucky ones that have been addicted at their first time they use it. It is hard for them to stop at any point because they are so addicted to drugs that they can take a day or a week that they will not take or use any of the drugs because what am I saying to you? That don't try it because prevention is better than cure. And now I have a question for you. Do you want to use drugs or take drugs? If you want to take drugs, what drugs do you prefer? The legal or illegal drugs? Because if I were you, I will I will take drugs, but the legal drugs, and I will never ever take the illegal drugs. I wouldn't destroy my body or to hurt other people because of that illegal drugs. Not every person that tries alcohol or tries drugs will become addicted to them because many people drink alcohol socially without having any problems with it. The same goes for recreation drugs or illegal drugs, but some people have underlying factors such as genetics, mental health disorder, and other issues that serve as a simon, sim, stimulants for relying on drugs or alcohols to get them through the day. The day becomes a week and then a month, and before they know it or notice it, they need to self medicate to get through life. Nobody knows whether they can handle a little recreational experiment with substance of it will overtake them until it's too late. So again, the best way to avoid addiction is to prevent to becoming a problem by abstaining from the beginning. And now I will give you some tips for you and your body because if you are in good health, then why would you take drugs? So this is some tips to avoid drugs and to be in good shape on your body. All humans have to eat food for growth and maintenance of the healthy body, but we humans have different nutrition requirements as infants, children, teenagers, young adults and seniors. For example, infants may require feeding every 4 hours until they gradually age and begin to take in more more solid foods. Eventually, they develop into the more normal pattern of eating. Here, three times per day as young kids. However, as most parents know, kids, teenagers, and young adults often snack between meals. Snacking is often not limited to this age group because adults and seniors often do the same. And not only by eating for your body to be in good shape, you also need to exercise or make sweat so that your body and muscles are in good shape. And not only in physical, you will be in good shape also need to have your mental and inner mind because you need to have a clear mind so that you can easily solve your problems. And if you solve your problems, you will not get depressed. And if you are not depressed, you will not take or try to use drugs because you don't need it. And that's my advocacy speech for today. Thank you for watching.